Hi, this is Scott doing another video recording. This is my favorite movies of 2018. Well, not my favorite, but the top 10 that I think are really good. So these are only the movies that I've seen. There's a lot of great movies I haven't seen yet, like I'm sure Bumblebee, The Mule, Vice. I mean, those are pretty good, I'm sure, but I haven't seen those. So um, not everyone has the money to go to every single movie in the theater, right? So unless I can get some free tickets from people. Anyways, here are the ones that I watch. Actually, by the way, I do have a Cinemia, which allows me to watch 2 movies a month. And so far, I think I've only watched 5 movies on it. And I've skipped probably like 2 or 3 months because I just don't have time. But anyways, let's continue the movie review. Not the movie review, the top 10 list. So number 10, I think number 10 is Searching with John Cho. The trailer and the movie posters were terrible. Did not do the movie any justice at all. The movie is a lot more interesting and more thrilling than what the movie poster would show. So I think they did a really bad job of marketing. Either the movie producers did not spend enough money in marketing, or they just had a bad design or something. I don't know. The poster was just terrible. It does not show the twists and turns of the movie. I mean, I guess it's hard to capture. A lot of the movie is actually just done on the phone, so maybe that's why there's some stuff lacking in terms of the marketing. Anyways, I thought it was really good. Number 9, Game Night. I really like Jason Bateman a lot, as well as Rachel McAdams, and I thought they were really funny in this movie. It's about a family, this couple without kids who does game night with friends, and I thought it was really funny, memorable. Quite a bit of twists at the end. What else? There's a dog there. There's a really funny scene with the dog. Anyways, I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun, and worth watching for sure. Number 8, First Man. So Ryan Gosling, he was really good in it. There's a lot of you see him a lot on the screen, just looking really serious. He's a lot of close-ups of his face. I thought the storyline was exciting. It's based on the true story. The acting was great. The production design, camera work, everything was done very well. And there was a lot of drama and tension in the movie, which I like. Favorite thing about the movie was probably the acting, I would say. Great acting by everybody. Okay, that's a I've watched it many months ago, so some of the stuff it's hard to recall. I'm basing this on my gut feeling of how I felt when I was watching the movie from a memory of it. Number 7, Hereditary. That was a freaking scary movie, especially when that little girl's doing that. Anyways, that's even just doing that right now makes me shiver in my bed. Yeah. Gabriel Byrne. Wow. That was some crazy stuff. And Alex Wolff, I thought he did a really fantastic job acting, as well as, of course, who's that woman who's that lady who's Toni Collette? Okay, the photo here on the right completely looks different than her in the movie. That's why I didn't recognize her right away. And of course, that little girl, Millie Shapiro, great acting. I mean, the whole story, God, is so freaky. So freaky. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's a nighttime and I want to be able to go to sleep later. Anyways, that's my number 7 favorite. Number 6 was Atman and the Wasp. Again, I saw it a while back in the middle of the year, so it's hard for me to remember everything, but I thought the action was great. I like the storyline of them going into the what was it, the nano world or whatever it is, where they're trying to find the Wasp's mom, who's lost in there, in that weird world, the tiny world. Anyways, the action was great and the CGI was awesome. I thought this one was better than the original. And really like Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer in it. This storyline reminded me a little bit of Aquaman, but anyways, I'll talk about that later on. The villains were good, pretty good. There's a lot of humor by Michael Pena and Paul Rudd. Overall, I thought it was really good. The Marvel movie, maybe like yeah, I would say like a B or B plus. No, probably like a B. Black Panther was my number 5. I really liked it a lot. I saw Black Panther in some the other Marvel movies, but this movie got a chance to explore the world of Wakanda, and I thought the villain was great. Of course, everyone's raving about him. I thought it was good. I don't know what to say. It was a great movie. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of memorable scenes. I thought his power wasn't that powerful, though, to be honest. I mean, it seems like he got his power from this plant, and when he drinks a certain solution, it negates all his powers. So I'm thinking, well, that's not that powerful of ability. He's got super strength and night vision and speed, but that's about it. I think he would probably get beaten by a lot of other superheroes if he didn't have the assistance of his sister, who creates all these amazing weapons and tools and armor for him. And the technology, I think the power of Wakanda is really more from the sister, who the technology side, than the Black Panther. But anyways, it was a great movie. I enjoyed it. Number 4, Mission Impossible. The trailer was amazing, blew me away. But the movie itself, I thought there were some parts that were a little bit slow and not that great. I don't know if this is the type of movie I would rewatch over and over that much. Maybe once or twice. But I don't know if I'd be able to watch it more than that. I didn't like the scene with them. I didn't like the story of Vanessa Kirby trying to... I don't know what that was all about. Trying to get these nuclear dirty bombs or something for them, and then he had to go and buy it from her, or I don't know. It was like... the storyline wasn't great. Didn't really like it that much. Uh, uh, the part where they go to France, I think, and they met up with their. I didn't really like that part of the story that much. The end was pretty cool. Um, a lot of good action. A lot of the fighting was very intense. The choreography of the fighting. Um, I would say this is probably the best of all the Mission Impossible movies, but I still think it's not perfect. It still could use some improvements. Tom Cruise is awesome in it. I mean, I like most of his movies. 3 stars born. Really loved this movie. The music was amazing. The acting was incredible. Bradley Cooper really made me, interested in in this character. And actually, after I watched this movie, I tried to find him in some other movies, and I watched American Sniper after this because I really liked the way he acted in this movie a lot. The storyline with actually, I didn't even recognize Andrew Dice Clay. I don't know if it's the makeup or whatever, but I thought it might be him, but I wasn't sure until I actually did some Google search and I found out that was him. And the story, the end. I mean, I don't know if I should talk about spoilers, but meh. I guess I'll skip the spoiler part. Anyways, great music. There was a lot of epic moments. I mean, I was very emotionally, what do you call it? Emotionally, I was emotionally involved in this movie, watching it. I mean, I felt a lot of the emotions that Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga was going through of, you know, I don't know, the way they acted really captured a lot of the emotions and made the story alive. And I really liked the movie a lot. I haven't seen the originals. I think there were 2 other versions or 3 other versions, but I'm sure this one is better. I mean, I saw some of the clips on YouTube of the earlier ones, and they didn't seem that great compared to this one. I think both Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga did a fantastic job. Just amazing job on this movie. Aquaman. Okay, this one I actually saw last month, so it's more. I remember more of it. I would say this is probably one of my favorite movies of the year because of this the world building that it creates under the water and the world of Atlantis. The CGI in this movie is just mind blowing. I would say it's as good or better than Avatar in terms of the quality of the CGI and the world that it creates. I really love the scenes of them underwater fighting the Orm and his other sea creatures, the sharks with the lasers, the octopus, the crab king, and that weird giant beast at the end. I mean, that was just there was a couple of epic scenes in this movie, and a lot of the movie borrows from Chinese mythology and Chinese filmmaking. Like when they were in the boat and Maren was playing the flute, you would never see that. I don't think you would see that much in American movie, but in Chinese movies you see that quite a lot in the kung fu soaps and the kung fu movies in Hong Kong. So that and then the part where Aquaman is being taught when he's young secretly by the secret master, that's also something you see a lot in Chinese kung fu movies. So for me, it was awesome. I mean, people said I think some of the reviews said the movie goes everywhere, a lot of different places, but for me, it felt like it gave it sort of like a Indiana Jones kind of feel. The early Indiana Jones, not the later ones. I didn't mind all those time flashes or going to different locations and chasing after different things. To me, that wasn't a problem. To me, I actually like those scenes. The trailer, when I first saw the trailer, it didn't excite me, and when I finally saw the movie, I was blown away. So it was a little bit unexpected. I was not expecting it to be so good, and it was really good. Let's see, any negatives? Nicole Kidman was great. Anything negative? Let me think. You know, I would say Jason Momoa. I am not sure he's the right Aquaman, to be honest. I really like Patrick Wilson, and Amber Heard was amazing. She's got this amazing body and face, right? I mean, who would not? What guy would not like watching her on the movie screen? William Dafoe was great. Actually, that's another thing. A lot of the way the hairstyle and the costumes, I think it borrowed a lot from Chinese and Hong Kong movies. Like the hairstyle of William Dafoe with the knot in the back of his head. For sure, I think that's influence. And I think that influence comes from the director. I believe the director was Justin Lin. I believe it was Justin Lin. He was also the director for Fast and Furious, and what's the other one? I think he also did a lot of horror movies, The Conjuring, and a few others. Oh, the Saw. He did the Saw series. Anyways, this is probably my second favorite, and really had a great time at the theater watching this. I watched it with my friends, and they both liked it as well. So you gotta watch this on the big screen to really appreciate the CGI and the beautiful world they built, the world of Atlantis. Number one, the Avengers Infinity War by Marvel. This is my favorite movie of 2018. Again, I'm a big comic book type of movie fan, so I saw this one in IMAX 3D standard. I think I watched it 3 times in the theater. It was that good. The opening scene, I mean, that was wow. It just doesn't stop. Once it starts, it doesn't stop. The action is relentless. There's not like I don't think there's a bit of boredom in this entire movie. Everything just comes and goes and it's so fast. But then at the same time, you're experiencing a lot of these epic moments and emotions. For me, I think my favorite scene was of Doctor Strange going back in time, looking at the millions of possibilities, and only finding one that would allow them to defeat Thanos. Thanos was great. And I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was awesome. Actually, I don't have Thanos on the right of this under this list of actors here for some reason. But he was also in Sicario too. Actually, I should have listed it in one of my top 10. I thought Sicario 2 was pretty good. Not as good as the first one. The first one was amazing. The second one was okay. Not great. I would give the second one maybe a B-. So anyways, back to the Avengers. I really liked it. My favorite character, I guess, was probably Doctor Strange, like I said. Chris Pratt was good in this. Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pratt were awesome together in the spaceship. And Robert Downey Jr. was pretty good. I like the power that the way they were showing some of his new powers in the new suits. The CGI there was pretty mind-blowing. And the children of Thanos, I really like those characters as well. I mean, I wish maybe they have another standalone movie with just Thanos and the children of his children. I mean, I think those characters were kind of interesting as well. But anyways, this is my favorite. I really liked to watch. Really enjoyed it. 3D was a little bit dizzy. I think I will watch it in IMAX, but not IMAX 3D, because that's just too much. The sound is just a little bit hard on the ears, and so the action. There's so much action that the 3D becomes a little bit dizzy after a while. So these are my top 10 movies of 2018. Let me know which ones you like or dislike. Actually, speaking of 2018, the one that I was most looking forward to was Ready Player One, and that was the one that disappointed me the most. I just watched it again today online, and I read the book. That's the problem. I read the book, and so when I went to watch the movie, I was so disappointed that so much of it changed from the book. I think Steven Spielberg has not made a great movie in a while. I mean, the last Indiana Jones was terrible. What else has he made recently? I just remember Indiana Jones and Steven Spielberg. Anyways, Ready Player One was a huge disappointment. I enjoyed the book so much, and then to find all this stuff changed in the movie, the love story between anyways, that was just terrible adaptation of a book. I would say skip Ready Player One, and I hope somebody else I hope Netflix maybe makes a version of it sometime in the future, so then we can really enjoy it. Anyways, good night.